These are some of the ugliest things I've made for my display. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley and this is the Lace Spirit Design Studio. Happy New Year's, guys. It has been for a little while, SAC Anime Winter Con Crunch. And as you can guess, I've left it all for the week before the con. Yep, I'm working over the holidays, which are over and done by the time you guys see this. And luckily there's not too much to do to prep, but I have left some very important things to do. So if you guys are familiar with the booth that I debuted in 2024, you will know that a lot of the stuff goes up on the walls of my booth facade, and then most of my stickers and things go on the tabletop in front. Now that I am moving into more stickers than anything else, I'm trying to make room on the booth to display all the stickers I have, plus have some room to introduce new designs. I have tried a variety of tiered displays, including the little acrylic nail polish ones. I've tried the wooden, like fold flat ones in a couple different formats, and I just haven't found anything that really works with the aesthetic of my booth or sizing that's like, I have the one really big one that takes up like most of the table space, and I don't like to use that if I can help it. I like to have more modular options. So I'm trying to DIY my own sticker displays, and they're gonna be really shoddy, and we're just gonna have to roll with it because the con's in just a couple of days and I need the solution. But this is something that I've been researching for years and I have not ever been able to find anything that quite meets my needs, so DIYing this is probably going to be my best bet. So we're going to DIY new tiered tabletop displays for stickers, and since I have gotten rid of most of my keychains and things that would go up on the walls, I'm going to move my die-cut sticker display up onto the walls of the booth, which means I'm going to be making new boards. And if you haven't seen my how to make foam display boards, you can check it out here, or I'll have it linked at the end of the video. And yeah, so there's a couple different kinds of sticker displays I'm going to be making. You guys are free to follow along and pick up any tricks that I have to use for your own displays. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to this channel because I'm going to be doing so much artist alley and art content this year. I'm super excited, and I want you guys to join me on the journey. So without further ado, let's make some sticker displays. So if you guys have seen these, a lot of artists use tiered, I think these are considered dish racks to like dry your dishes on. This is technically collapsible. These just kind of pop out and you fold them flat. A lot of people use these for prints and they put them between. I want to use them for stickers. So I kind of had the idea of using the little shelves that go with the acrylic stuff, the acrylic tiered display that a lot of people use, but it doesn't give me quite enough room to stack more than like 2 regular stickers or 3 deco stickers. But then of course with the deco stickers, the issue is, well, that's a bad example. Plop. I want things to be propped upright, but this is also using a lot of dead space, which I don't like. So it's a little snug and it's a little janky, but I figured why not just make my own out of plexiglass? That way it has the rigid, tall backdrop so that the stickers can sit nicely. I can fit more across. And then of course you don't have to worry about the narrow ones falling through the gaps. Well, that one's just being stupid. So I'm gonna use both of these to fit all my stickers, and I should have room for more stickers in the future. So obviously I made this one just to test. So let's make 9 more. This is honestly something that I have been looking for specifically for literal years. So the fact that I can make it myself for pretty cheap is super great. And I'm gonna say right now, monkey see, monkey do not. I am too lazy, which may come back to bite me in the ass. If you are going to do this and work with plexiglass, please use protective eyewear. Do as I say, not as I do. So just gotta cut down more of these sheets. One thing I found is plexiglass comes with a clear film on both sides. Definitely remove this first. It's gonna make cutting this a lot easier. And then using a self-healing mat, a ruler, and a box cutter is all I'm using. And for the instances when I don't have a clean cut and I have little pieces of plexiglass I need to break away, I'm using a pair of pliers. These are actually techniques I've learned in my recent adventures into stained glass. So if you want to learn like a little bit of those techniques, specifically grozing, look it up. It's probably better than I could ever explain it, but that's kind of the feel that I'm going for. And what do you know, we're working with plexiglass. All right, these are all cut. So now I'm going to assemble them a little bit with some tape so that I get their shape accordingly, and we're gonna hot glue them. Okay, so this is the most tedious part. I have all of my plexiglass pieces cut down to size, and I have them stacked based on the front lip, the bottom part, and then the back flap. So this sits in here like so. And it's at an angle, so this is, again, the tricky part, because I have to get these in here seated in the perfect way where they're gonna stay like this, so all I have to do is slide them in here. So I'm going to have to do these one by one and tape them in so they don't move until I have started hot gluing them. And I'm not using any kind of special hot glue gun. This is literally just a like dollar store, super cheap one, super basic, no special nozzle, and Gorilla Glue. So there's 9 of these to do. I'm not entirely looking forward to it. I am not a professional hot gluer, by the way, not by any means. So that's why they're going to look like this. But nobody's going to be paying attention to that because they're going to be seeing the beautiful artwork on the stickers, and yeah. I'm also making a little tab on the tape before I put it on in case it's hard to get off of the plexiglass. Just trying to think smarter, not harder. And then just to, because this one's floppy, I'll do this and just tape it to the pegs to once again ensure that it stays exactly where I want it to. And I'll do that on the front as well. I feel like this is self-explanatory, but whatever side you do the tape on, glue it on the opposite side. So the tape is on the inside for the front flap, so I'm gluing it from the outside. This looks like crap. Okay, so 1 of 9 is done gluing. I'm gonna let it dry a little bit. I'm gonna have to pry it off of the prongs here because some of the glue got on, and then I'll untape it just to make sure everything holds. So 1 down, 8 to go. It's hard to see because they're clear, but they're all done. The last 2 are just gluing, and the final step is going to be, if you can see them, rounding the corners on the edges here because I don't want a liability. I have found that just using scissors works pretty well. Like you can see that.
That's the vlog dog. She wants to be in the vlog.
I want to mention this week's video sponsor, Everbee. Most small businesses starting out online will build their shop with Etsy. And if this is something you're considering, or even if you already have an established Etsy shop, Everbee is a must-have to help you grow. Everbee is an extension for Etsy and plugs right into your shop to provide analytics not only on various keywords and niche topics, but for your own shop and listings as well. While you can sign up and use Everbee completely for free, the amount of data and research tools available in the growth plan is invaluable to an Etsy shop owner of any stage. One of my favorite tools is the Etsy calculator, which allows you to input item costs to see what your net profit and percentage of profit margin is per item sale. Even at the free level, Everbee is great for anyone who is researching niches or keywords for their Etsy listings to help give your shop a great head start. Or you can click the link below. It's an affiliate link. I will get a little bit of a kickback. You don't have to use it, but if you want to support me in any way, that would be a great way to do it. And you can join their growth plan where you get unlimited access to different searches and other really cool things. It's just another great way to give you a head start as a beginner to building your Etsy shop and bringing in the dough. Now, let's get back to our video. Hello. Okay, so it is now Goblin Con Crunch mode time because I am not even dressed today. I'm in pajamas, but I have so much still left to do, and I've already been doing work off camera because a lot of what I've been doing is just what you guys saw me do yesterday, which is cutting plexiglass and hot gluing. But I will talk a little bit about what I am doing. If you are familiar with my booth that I revealed in 2024, you'll know that these are boards that are part of the facade of my booth. On an 8-foot table, I'll show you, I do products on the windows. And because I'm moving more towards stickers, which is the whole purpose of me making all of these different displays, I want to bring more stickers up off the tabletop and onto the grid wall / facade. So I mentioned it earlier. If you haven't seen it already, check the video at the end, or it's going to be linked above, where I talk about how I make my foam display boards. So I've already made these ones. These are going to replace where my keychains usually are. And I had the idea, there were a couple of different ways I could have done this. I had the idea to use my little tiered acrylic shelves from what I usually use my die cut stickers on and then putting them on here. But as you can see, it's just too big. This is going to bump if I have them side by side, as you can see here. So that's not gonna work out. And then I thought about doing pockets, which if I was traveling via plane to more cons, I probably would do pockets to decrease space, but I'm not doing any of those. And I figured while I have more plexiglass, why not make my own little shelves to stick on here? And so I made some. They are not pretty, just like the other ones. They're the cut plexiglass, hot glued. They have ends. But as you can see, if you compare it to the ones I wanted to use, there's like an inch of a difference right there. So that's going to matter when looking good on the display. And again, just like with the sticker sheets, I don't think people are really gonna pay much attention to the ugly hot glue. So I already have these all glued up. I just have to glue on the ends to all the rest of them. There will be 3 per board, and then I'm going to use Velcro to attach them so they're easy to pop off, and the display boards can pack flat. And then I can just put these in a box or something. For somebody who prides herself on how cute her display is, these are some of the ugliest things I've made for my display. But I don't think anybody's gonna notice. All right, so this is the semi-finished results. And you saw I obviously rounded the corners of all of those things so that nothing is sharp when people start reaching in and grabbing stuff. But there's 3 shelves per board, so 12 shelves total. They can each fit quite a few stickers. And the way I'm going to adhere them is Velcro. This is double-sided adhesive Velcro. These are actually 2 different Velcros. I don't remember where either of them came from. But yeah, and because there's just, I mean, I have a little bit more, but there's not a lot here, I'm gonna cut little strips and I'll probably use 2 pieces per shelf. So the home stretch is near. And they're done. So they're actually really sturdy, way sturdier than I expected. Shout out to Gorilla Glue, who is not sponsoring this video. But yeah, so I also bought some little tabs. These are perforated. I don't know if you These are little perforated hang tags with an adhesive bottom that I figured I could cut down and stick in here to kind of make little dividers for the stickers so they don't move around too much, because that has been a problem. And I know that you can buy those like already made for pennies on the internet, and I don't know, I like the ability to just do it myself clearly, because this and the other, these have been an issue for years, and I'm tired of throwing money at it and it not working out. So I figured I'd just make exactly what I needed. And I know that they're not pretty, but I also know that, like the other ones, once the stickers are up here, people are not even gonna notice. If somebody did want to cover up the horrible glue job, I could, I mean, you could definitely print out something like this and cut it down. This was for something else, but you know, cut it down and put it over the top, or obviously something that fits your branding. But I like that you can see the stickers all the way through, so I'm not gonna cover up the front and hope that people just ignore the glue. But, you know, very happy with how these turned out. And now it is days later, and I am all done with SAC Anime. So be sure to tune into next week's vlog so you can watch the entire SAC Anime vlog and see how that went and how I ended up liking the new display. But this is really just a really affordable way to make something super custom for yourself. I feel like there's a lot of possibilities with plexiglass, and if you're just starting out, it doesn't have to look super professional and beautiful. Obviously, nobody even noticed that those displays were thrown together until I started to tell them that, like, don't look too close. And there are a lot of other ways you could do it too if you don't want to use the plexiglass. I've seen other people use the little acrylic business card holders velcroed onto their boards, and that's also another option, but it's still just a little bit too limiting for me. I will say, I'll talk more about this in the SAC Anime vlog, but I will say that I didn't actually end up liking the on-the-wall display versions of the boards because there was a lot of shadows casting, and I don't feel like the stickers moved as well as they usually do. So it's back to the drawing board for those. But I do really like how the sticker sheet ones came out, and there's just a couple of modifications that I do plan to do to them. So be sure to check that out next week in the SAC Anime vlog. And don't forget, I keep talking about the how to make my foam display boards, which will be, again, linked at the end of the video if you want to keep watching some tutorials from me. But with that, I'm going to leave you guys here because, as you can hear, my voice is gone, and we will talk about that in the next couple of vlogs to come. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for sticking around, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! We had a good run. Don't say we didn't. I was your first love, and you were my first one. Cheers to all the memories, the venom and the remedies, yeah.